Hi, my name is Landon. I'm a bar owner in Wisconsin, and over the past 5 years, I've turned a dumpy, run-of-the-mill country bar into a premier destination for music, events, and all-around general fun. And I've learned a lot in those last 5 years, and I want to share some of that information with you guys. The question I want to answer for you today is, what is the best way to buy liquor? Is buying in bulk the right choice, individual bottles, and how much inventory is too much inventory? Now, in most states, liquor distribution is broken up into what is called the 3-tier systems. It goes from manufacturers, distributors, to retailers. And for most states, it is illegal to buy, as a retailer, your liquor from another retailer. You have to buy from the distributor instead. For some retailers and bars, this means that buying liquor from the distributor can actually be more expensive than buying individual bottles from another retailer, just due to the heavy discounts that some of these other retailers like liquor stores can get based on their purchasing power. Now, sometimes these distributors can offer you better deals based on the volume that you purchase from them, whether it be cash discounts on cases or free product on top of your purchase. Depending on how fast you go through your inventory, a lot of your cash can be tied up in the inventory that is just sitting in your storage room. This inventory is known as dead inventory or dead stock or dead product. It is your cash that is tied up in inventory that is not being sold, instead of working for you in the opportunity cost of spending that cash on something that is more profitable, like putting it into the market or investing in other opportunities. Today, I'm going to show you how to determine what to buy in bulk and what to buy in bottles, and how to figure out what is the best purchasing strategy for you based on the quantity of product that you are going through for each individual product that you sell. Your cash is valuable. It's better off spending this money in the market, making a return of about 8% on annual assumption, than it is sitting in your basement in the form of liquor or another product. Now, if we amortize that 8% return over 12 months, we can kind of figure out a time chart based on how fast you go through inventory and compare that to what kind of a discount you would want to look for when making a purchase to offset that opportunity cost. Here's a quick chart that references that in 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. So in practice, if we go through this inventory in 1 to 3 months, any savings over 2% is going to be a net positive savings for you. But as an example, if we go through 1 case per month and buy 12 cases to save 4%, we are not saving money over the 12-month period because of the 8% opportunity cost, and we're only saving 4%. So you have to look at your case bulk deals to make sure that these percentages make sense for your purchasing. But if you can get a 10 to 15% discount on that purchase, you are well outpacing the 8% opportunity cost that you would have made putting that same amount of money into the stock market or somewhere else that can give you a decent return. This, of course, is only assuming that you're actually going through your inventory in a timely manner of those 12 months, not sitting on it for 3-4 years, and you're still having a bottle that you need to sell. Obviously, you're losing money on all of that dead stock. You might as well just sell the bottle for 20 bucks and get it out of your hands. But what about non-cash discounts? A lot of times what happens with these distributors is, let's say you buy several cases of one product, they'll give you a couple cases of, let's say, a rail or a cheap vodka on top of your purchase. How do you account for that? What I like to do is I like to take a value of what I would normally buy my rail or my cheap vodka for. So let's say case is 12 bottles. For that, I'm going to spend $50 for that case of 12 bottles. So let's say I buy 2 cases of one product for $200 each. That's 12 bottles in that case. So I'm spending $400. And they're giving me 1 case of a free vodka. So that's $50 value right there on top. And I'm going through about, let's say, 1 case a month of that product. That is a 12.5% savings I am making based off of that free product I'm getting by making this purchase. That is a huge percent over the 1.3% that I would need to make this purchase worth it as far as my priority of purchasing. Now, let's say you already do bulk purchasing and you're looking at this chart and you realize that you're not actually saving 12% over the course of 12 months on a lot of your purchasing. That's okay, there's no need to panic. You're not really losing as much money as you might think if you account for inflation. Now, the annual inflation in the US over a long period of time is about 3%. So when you account for the inflation rate on top of that 8%, you're actually saving money versus spending more. This is because your liquor and your product that you're holding is a real asset. This means this is something that will track inflation. It's something that will appreciate in value because of distributor and manufacturer price increases. It's going to follow that because it does not expire. It will not go bad. So the inventory in your basement, let's say if Tito's or a liquor manufacturer increases their prices, your inventory is all of a sudden worth a little bit more in terms of your cash on hand, your real asset value, if that makes sense. So if we account for that inflation value, your number that you actually need to meet goes from 8% to about 4.9%, actually a little bit less than 4.9%, 4.85%. So if you're looking for discounts, anything over that 5%-ish threshold is actually gonna save you money over that 12-month period. And if you go through the chart, as you go from top to bottom, you're actually gonna save a lot more money purchasing in bulk if you can actually go through the product in the timely manner. So it's very important to track how much of the products that you are selling you are going through in what amount of time, which will help you in your buying decisions that will save you a good amount of money over the course of your business's lifespan. And obviously in a real world application, you're going to have spillage, you're gonna have breakage, you're gonna have a possibility of theft, you're gonna have bartenders overpouring, and all of these things are going to affect your inventory. However, your stock in general, if all these things are consistent, is going to be relatively the same how fast you're going through it. And so these savings are going to still be real. You are actually going to experience a little bit of cost savings here. So I hope this information really helps you guys. That's all I have on purchasing liquor. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe down below. A lot of the content on this channel is going to be about business and service industry related things. So if you want to learn more about that, please consider subscribing and liking the video. With all that being said, you guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, I'm going to see you next time.